Alright everybody, what's going on? It's Thundershot, and I'm doing the first ever Ask Thunder while also live streaming on Twitch. I have a whole lot to do before I leave for PAX South tomorrow, so I am, and you guys are going to probably be watching this while I'm at PAX South, but I am killing two birds with one stone. I'm live streaming, and I'm doing an Ask Thundershot live, so as usual, if you can't make it to the live stream, that's okay. I'm still going to be taking questions that I got on Twitter and questions that I got on the website, and then after I get those out of the way, I'm going to open it up to Twitch chat, who is here chatting with me now, and I'll let you guys know the whole process. First, I had Sean Killer. He donated to get his question answered, so I'm going to go ahead and answer that one first. This is a question I believe I've answered before, but I'm going to hit it again. He says, if you weren't doing Twitch and YouTube as a job, what profession would you like to do? And I've answered this one before, I believe, but there's a couple different things, and they're kind of all in the realm of being somewhat similar. Radio, most realistically, I guess, at this point in my life. Radio would be the go-to that I think is something I could transition into relatively easily now. If my bird gets out of hand, let me know. I can shut my bird up here in a minute. But radio is something I feel like I could very easily transition to. I've been doing the talking thing for a long time now, and I feel like it's something I could roll into with relative ease. On top of radio, I would really like to be an actor. That's like near dream job level. And then the reason I moved to Missouri in the first place was because I went to professional wrestling school, and being a professional wrestler is one of those things where if I ever decide to get more in shape, if I ever decide to go that route, I would definitely like to pursue again, if at all possible. It's all about, at this point, it's like where I live, where I can live, where I can afford to do this and that, and you really got to commit. Do you want it that badly? That sort of thing. But yeah, radio / actor would be super cool. Oh, and then sports commentator. Just talking in general. I apparently fucking love to talk. You never would have known that if you knew me growing up. But then here I am, 22 years old, and I fucking love to talk. And I guess that's what I would want to do as a job. But yeah, outside of YouTube and Twitch, radio, sports broadcaster. I mean, just talking in general, actor. Wrestling, as Twitch chat's putting it right now, yes. Alright, now I'm going to slide over to, we're going to take a couple from the website, and then we'll bounce back and forth between Twitter and the website here. Here we go. Would you like to see a Naruto game with character customization and open world gameplay? I'm glad I got this question for a different reason than what the question actually is. So, I get asked about Naruto a lot, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be in YouTube comment sections. I put out a video the other day asking what a new game you guys would want to see me play through would be, or at least live stream on Twitch, and because I couldn't think of any new games coming out that would be super cool. And a lot of people said, "Oh, Thunder, Naruto's coming out. How did you not know that? Just pick up Naruto." I don't know Naruto. I don't watch Naruto. I haven't watched Naruto. I've heard about a shitload of filler in Naruto. I have no desire to watch Naruto. So I don't play the games, because I'm not going to know any of the characters. I'm not going to know any of the fighting styles or how any of that works. It's not me. I don't hate Naruto. I just haven't seen it, and I don't have a desire to see it. So this is kind of a public service announcement. Please stop asking me about Naruto or to do Naruto stuff, because I don't know about it, and I don't really want to. And that's just how it is. It's okay to be like that. It's just Naruto's not my thing. There are plenty of other guys like that. Kagi, Rhyme, Afro, Toasty, Omega. I mean, there's a shitload of people who know Naruto in the community that you can go get your Naruto fix from. Not me, though. I'm not your guy. Not your guy on that one. That came from Joe. I don't know how to say your last name, Joe. I'm sorry. On the website, Sasuke's gamertag YT on the website says, hold on. I gotta make sure I can't remember. Here, what are you gonna do that? Sasuke's gamertag asks, what is the next Pokemon game? In case you guys don't know, I just got done live streaming Glazed. It should be getting done within the next week or two. It'll be completely finished uploading on YouTube. All the parts will be live on YouTube. And he says, what's the next Pokemon game? I don't know what the next Pokemon game is, but I do want to announce, in case I haven't said it before, Pokemon will be taking a small break on the Let's Play channel. The Let's Play channel is a Let's Play channel, and it's going to be of everything. And I plan to keep Pokemon, I want to keep a lot of things semi-regular on there, right? Like, I want to do a Pokemon game, but I don't want to always be doing a Pokemon game. So I'm going to do a Pokemon game. We might squeak in another playthrough or two, or a couple life cycles of playthroughs. Might be a couple months, this, that, or the other, whatever. And then we'll bring Pokemon back eventually. It's not leaving permanently, but it may not always be happening. So Glazed was a long game. Glazed was a fun game. Glazed was a great Pokemon game. But I'm good on Pokemon for now. Like, myself, I don't want to play Pokemon for a while. Because Glazed was a long-ass Pokemon game, and I'm burned out for a bit. I'm going to do other games. We'll come back to Pokemon. I don't know what the next game is going to be, though. I don't know if I want to dive into Gen 4, because I personally have never played Gen 4 myself, aside from the remakes of Gen 2. I don't know if I want to do hacks. I don't know how I want to do that exactly. I don't know if I want to move on to Fire Red and Leaf Green, or what the deal is. So we'll figure that out when we come to it. But it might be a little bit. But Pokemon's not gone, it's just taking a break, and it'll do that. And then when we do the next Pokemon game, it'll take another break after that. You know what I mean? So on and so forth. That's how it's going to work. Cool J says, and this is again on the website still. Cool J says, what's the biggest mistake you've ever made in your life? And not asking my dad to stay. No, I don't know. It's one of those things. I don't know if I think I have a really good brain for blocking out shit that happened to me when I was growing up that I really have bad memories of. I think I've got a decent brain for just being like, no, we're just not going to remember that, because I hear other people do stories like that all the time, and I know I remember as a child being embarrassed or fucking up or screwing shit up and being in trouble for it all the time, but I can't remember the exact scenario or what went down exactly. Twitch chat's telling me hiring the white actor and not showing you guys my real face might be the biggest mistake I've ever made, but I really don't know. For certain, but I'm gonna pop over to Twitter, and I'm sorry that was a shitty answer to your question, but I honestly don't remember most of the stuff that I did that was super horrible, so I don't have a biggest mistake in my life necessarily, not yet anyways. I'm sure one's coming. I'm about due for some kind of giant fuck up to screw me over for a while, but now let's bounce back a bit. Let me find where I am on Twitter. Flamewheel says, do you ever laugh at yourself when you edit your own videos? I laugh, but usually it's more at the scenarios. Maybe if I record something or stream something like 2-3 weeks ago and I forgot about it and it surprised me, then I might chuckle a little bit, but usually it's the scenarios that I'm in. Or if like I remember like, oh, what happens to me here is really fucking funny, and it is. I'm not necessarily laughing at me, but just the environment as a whole. I will chuckle at from time to time while I'm editing. Because like I've already lived it once, so usually I'm pissed off because I'm editing, and editing... Never happy when I'm editing. Usually I'm just pissed off going through it, and then I'm like, oh, haha, that was funny, and then I just keep getting pissed again. But not impossible. I chuckle every now and again. Can you bring back Thursday late night streams from Leonit Shabani? I don't know if I had them specifically tied to Thursday. That would be a weird day to tie them to, unless that was during the summer. I used to do late night streams all the time. Not all the time. I used to do once a month-ish or so. I would do a 12-hour all-night stream, and with any luck, no, because I have a solid sleep schedule now, and I almost never have a solid sleep schedule, so I want to hang on to it for as long as I can. But I've been doing later league streams. League streams have been going 5-6 hours lately. A couple other games have broken. I've been streaming a lot more lately, or at least a lot longer, so instead I used to do 3-ish hour streams. Now I do 4 to 5 hour streams, sometimes 6, sometimes 7. And that's becoming more of a regular thing. So there's a balance here, because I don't do the 12 hours anymore. But there's a balance we're finding, and it's harder to do 12 hours when the school year is going around too. All right, let's move up here. What are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Super so far? From Scotty Madden. I'm catching up currently. General consensus from everybody else says Battle of Gods was decent. The Resurrection F arc sucked ass, and then now this new shit with Champa is going to be really good. But I can't form my own thoughts personally because I'm not caught up as we are. Here we go. What was your first video game? PS Awesome Vids, brother. That was from Dragon IX or Dragon X Chris on Twitter. And first video game ever. I was 2, about to turn 3 years old from the way my mother tells the story. And over at my grandma's house, she had a Sega Genesis, and Sonic 2 for the Sega Genesis was the first game I played. And apparently when I was 3 years old, I could beat the first level, which it's Sonic, so as long as you kind of hold right and jump on the first level, eventually you'll make it, if you can figure that shit out. But yeah, that was Sonic 2 when I was 3 years old. I was a gamer from the moment I could work these little fingers, and then we were moving on from there. I'm skipping over questions that are really stupid, by the way. Don't ask me stupid fucking questions. I'm not going to answer this. What are your opinions on the new Attack on Titan game? Will you stream it when it releases? That comes from Miniman. I haven't seen the last couple trailers, but I've heard people really like the last couple trailers. I saw the first trailer when it came out. From the first trailer, game looks really good. Apparently, sorry, there was a smudge on my screen. Apparently, only good things have come out for it since then. I really hope it has multiplayer. I don't know if they've announced that or not. Really hope it's got online multiplayer. And especially if it has online multiplayer, I'm going to play the shit out of it. Even if it doesn't, I'm still going to play through that. And yes, I'm going to stream it as long as we're allowed to, which there would be no reason we wouldn't be allowed to. But yeah, I'm going to play the crap out of that game regardless. I just hope it has multiplayer. That's the one big hang up on it for me so far. Killstreak says, if you didn't go to wrestling school, would you still be in Kansas, and would there be a guard buffalo? I don't know. Like, my goal has always been to get, like, away from where I live, but it's a constant struggle. I honestly don't know where I would be right now if I didn't go to Missouri. And when I went to Missouri, I was able to get my own apartment. I finally had really good internet for, like, the first time in my life. I had my own apartment, and I had all the equipment I needed to do YouTube. So even though I went there for a completely different reason, it was finally the door opening to me starting YouTube. You know what I mean? I didn't share a room with anybody anymore. I didn't have to only work. I didn't only have to work with the family computer, right? I had everything opened up to me, and I was finally alone and just able to start YouTube. So I don't know. It definitely changed the course of everything I was doing, but I'd like to think I would have been able to get an apartment or something like that eventually, and be able to start YouTube and end up somewhere close to where I am now. But it's so up in the air. I'm not sure. What do you think is the worst game of all time? I would hope I haven't played it. I know Sonic 06 is up there. A lot of people really hate E.T. and Superman 64, all horrible games. There's some awful truck simulator game that you've never heard of that came out back in, I don't know, like 95 or some shit that glitches and freezes your game. I don't know. There's a lot of horrible games. I don't like to think about, like, I don't spend my day sitting around thinking, like, what's the shittiest game I've ever played? Because if I play a game and I don't like it, I turn it off and go play a game that I like. You know what I mean? So I don't really have a list for that, right? That one came from Jacob, by the way, on Twitter still. Nightwing Shadow says, how do you feel about Triple H? Watch my latest Royal Rumble review video. There you go. Giants fan, what's the worst thing you've ever gotten in trouble for? That's a similar question to one we got earlier. And like I said, I don't really remember off the top of my head. There's been some I wish I could go back and remember enough of my school days to know, because I got in trouble for stupid shit that I shouldn't have gotten in trouble for a lot, but there's a whole different story. Nightving says, what mood makes you put on a face cam? Because sometimes during a stream it won't be there, and then the next second it's there. The only one I really toy around back and forth with for face cam is League of Legends, and that one's just kind of when I feel like it. There's no mood. It's just like, I guess I'll turn it on. Yeah, other than that, I decide before I do the playthrough if I'm gonna have a face cam on or not. And for the sake of Pokemon, because I want to chat on the screen, and I don't want to stretch to fit.
I am the hype!
Yo, Stopper, how you doing? Stopper, 8 months in a row resubscribing. I'm sorry that didn't pop up on screen. That noise you heard in the background was someone subscribing to the Twitch channel, but I don't have it set up to pop up on screen. Anyway, Stopper JJ, 8 months in a row, tip the Coke can. Anyway, the hell was the question? I got distracted. Oh, the face cam thing. Decided I wanted it on for Pokemon because there's not a lot going on in the background of Pokemon. Usually, I don't have face cam on for a lot of stuff because my main focus is, and other people don't share this, and that's fine. It's just, we got different opinions on it. My main focus, I always want it to be on the game and then my commentary. The game, my gameplay, the commentary. I don't see a reason for anything other than that. If it's a horror game, yes, I feel like a face cam's needed because there's some kind of reaction there. I put it in Dokkan Battles recently, right? Because people want to see me react to what kind of pulls I get, right? And those are understandable. But then if it's actual gameplay, something like, I guess, Bloodborne, unless Bloodborne was going to scare me or something. I don't know. Just for the most part, the game, my gameplay, my commentary. That's all you need. That's why I don't run face cam a lot of the time. But for the sake of Pokemon Glazed and Super Mario Sunshine, they're meant for a box, not the stretch to fit widescreen that we've all grown accustomed to with 1080p right now. Excuse me, I almost threw up in my mouth right there. So I throw a face cam on for those because it makes sense. Plus, Pokemon is not boring, but it's a lot less. There's a lot less going on the screen at any given time than most games. So it makes sense to throw a face cam up there for a little extra something on Pokemon, I guess. But yeah, the face cam's just iffy. I'm up and down with that. I'm all over the place with the face cams. Are you ever gonna play Pokemon Showdown again? That comes from Drake Azora. I wouldn't mind playing Pokemon Showdown again. You just gotta find a time to squad up, I guess. Yeah, just pick somebody from the squad one of these days. Do Pokemon Showdown. I know I used to do those with Rhyme. I used to do those with Lucky Pull R9. I think I did. I think I have a couple of those videos up with Quaman. Just doing random battles on Showdown. I don't like making teams anymore because that is a shitload of work, and 9 times out of 10 your team's gonna suck ass. But yeah, random battles on Pokemon Showdown. It's been a while, but I definitely would not mind going back and doing that one of these days. All right, I'm snagging a few more questions that I got on the website, and then we're going to open it up to Twitch chat, and Twitch chat's going to go fucking insane. You're going to see me looking down at chat a lot. But here we go. Somebody says, let me pick up on the one I left off on. All right, so Harry Silver 143 says, when are you going to do a Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time playthrough? It's my most favorite game of all time. I hate to disappoint Zelda fans. Was never too much into Zelda games growing up. I think we had Zelda or Zelda 2. Well, my different grandma, had Zelda or Zelda 2 on the original Nintendo. Growing up on like the OG Nintendo, Super Nintendo, right? And I played that a little bit, and it was never super my cup of tea, but it was one of the few games they had, so I played it. And then I've tried, never owned personally, but I've tried Wind Waker, Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. Zelda games have never been my thing. I don't mind watching other people play them. I'll watch other streamers play them all the time, but me personally, not quite the biggest Zelda guy myself. I don't know what it is. I don't know, but not quite the biggest Zelda guy myself. Maybe somewhere in the future, I would probably try to start with Wind Waker. Casual Wind Waker playthrough just to see what happens, how I do it, if I can give a shit enough to keep playing the game, right? And then we might branch out into other Zelda games from there, but that would be in the distant future. Just because Zelda's not my thing. Nephilim says, random one, what game would you say most inspires you to play more games? That is an interesting question. I don't know. I always just kind of played games that look fun. I never played game. Honestly, and this is going to be a weird one, but due to the wording of the question, probably Call of Duty 3 that I got on the PlayStation 3 when it came out. And the reason I say that one is because Call of Duty 3 was good enough to inspire me to play every Call of Duty up until Black Ops 2. And obviously the games had to be good or I wouldn't have kept playing it. But every Call of Duty up until Black Ops 2. And then I didn't play Ghosts or Advanced Warfare. And then I picked up Black Ops 3 and played the shit out of that game for like a week and a half. And then I haven't really touched it since. But yeah, I guess Call of Duty 3, if we're saying inspires you to play more. Other than that, like I was talking about earlier, Sonic 2 was the first game I ever played. And then that inspired me to play video games for the rest of my life, I guess. But if the games weren't good, I wouldn't play them. That's an interesting question, though. Who is your favorite WWE wrestling manager of all time? Paul Heyman comes to mind immediately. I know there's a whole lot of other old school great managers that happen, but they don't really do the manager thing that often anymore. Paul Heyman is absolutely amazing. I need to go back and look though, because you got Jimmy Hart, and you got Bobby the Brain. There were a lot of good old school managers that I need to get caught up on and refresh my brain in a little bit more. And that question comes from Boydie. All right, so now we're gonna go and we're gonna open it up. Twitch chat. Hit me with your questions. I'm only answering good ones, though. If I skip your question, it's either because I'm answering another question or because your question was garbage. Most anticipated game of 2016, Horizon. That comes from Angrier Travis. Horizon looks like it could really do it. No Man's Sky looks too good to be true. But, yeah, Horizon looks... I mean, if you don't know what Horizon is, look up the E3 trailers and stuff. They're shooting, they get a bow and arrow, and they're shooting like giant mecha robot dinosaurs. They're in the past, but also somehow in the future, because they're living like, I mean, you know, like the OG, like the OG Homo sapiens and shit, like fucking caveman. But they're also taking down like mecha robots, and you can see cities that you can see like what used to be Chicago or some shit off in the distance. Horizon looks pretty damn solid. Are you going to play Division with the squad? Hossing Honey Badger says, I have not touched the Division. I don't know if we're going to touch the Division. That's up in the air right now. That's up in the air for me right now. Did you know Charlotte was Ric Flair's daughters? Fuck off. How did I meet the squad? I guess we could do that. It's been a while since I talked about that one, I guess. How did I meet the squad? So originally, I was just a YouTuber out on my lonesome. And I made it a point because I was about to start. I was doing news. I was doing news for Dragon Ball Z, and I could tell my channel was kind of taking off. I had 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 subs. I was climbing, so I was going to stick with Dragon Ball Z news, but I wanted to venture into the realm of talking about my own theories, and I knew there were other theory videos on YouTube, so I made it a point not to watch other YouTubers' theory videos, so that way if I did make a video similar to another YouTuber's, maybe it's a similar theory, or maybe it's just something, because the bottom line, if I made a video similar to another YouTuber's, I made it a point to have never seen that video or known that it existed. So I was going to be like, I came to this conclusion on my own. I don't watch other people's videos on my own thing, right? So I wasn't going out of my way to watch anybody else's videos. And then one day, I think I was at like 6,000 subs. And Quaman comments on my video. And he's like, yo, dude, you want to get in touch? Because me and my buddy Black and Fist do this thing too. And we think you're cool enough to hang with us. And then we did like a Three Amigos thing for a while. So I hopped in with Quaman and Black and Fist, and we did our own thing. We had a really bitchin' trio going on for a good while, good amount of time. Those are good guys. And eventually, I want to say I was at like 20K subs or something like that. I get a comment in one of my videos from this rhyme style guy talking about how he wants to start a website called Naruto TGS, and he wants to get the whole anime community involved. And I was the first guy he came to when we wanted to sign up. And I'm like, yeah, sure, what the hell? And he asked me to make a video explaining what the website is and what it does. So I made a video explaining Naruto TGS, and I was like, okay, I'll make it for my subscribers and his subscribers or whatever, and I ended up saying balls in this video. You can go back and look it up. I think it's called Naruto TGS if you search Naruto TGS on my channel. But I ended up saying balls in this video like 4 or 5 times, and not just Dragon Balls, like balls is what I'm talking about. And come to find out, that company who makes the websites still uses that to show my video explaining what the website is to investors, apparently to this day still, which is just... I say balls, don't show that to your investors, but whatever. I didn't know it was going to be all professional and shit, or I would have changed what I did. But yeah, then we ended up changing the name of Naruto TGS to Anime Multiverse, and that's the same website layout that my website is currently using right now, so it's a small world. But from Rhymestyle and from that website, we branched out and we met, we found Omega and Toasty, and we were in there with Kagi and all that stuff, you know what I mean? That's kind of how the squad came together, was because Rhyme started the website thing. He asked me to help him, and then we kicked in with Anime Multiverse. Once Anime Multiverse got some ground going, we started reaching out to other DBZ YouTubers who we thought were cool guys, and come to find out they all fucking were, and then eventually we Afro, and then so on and so forth. But yeah, that's a little bit longer-winded than I would have thought when I first started it, but that was meeting the squad, and it's been a while since we talked about that, so yeah, why not? All right, more questions, because all of chat just says balls right now. Thunder, breathe? I don't need to breathe. Don't worry about it. I don't need to breathe. What are those pictures on the wall behind me? House tour soon. Probably when I get back from PAX. I'm going to show off all this shit. So they just preempt for the house tour. Get ready for the house tour, because I'll show it off all then. Are you at all invested in VR, maybe more specifically PSVR? Not like money-wise, but what are your hopes and shit? VR, I've seen Omega say this a few times. I think he's right. VR is the future, but it's not ready yet. Like the Oculus Rift, I know you were talking specifically about PSVR, but the Oculus Rift, they were like, oh, it's going to be $200 to $300, and now it's $600+, and it's like, okay, well, fuck that. No average human being is going to be paying $600 for that shit, and it's probably only going to half-ass work, because, you know, here's the thing. I don't think VR is worth anybody's time to buy or use yet, as more than a fun little party gimmick that you showed all your friends one time and then you never really give a shit about it again. I don't think VR is anything more than that right now, but we need these baby steps to get VR started anyway. So like the Oculus Rift, its price tag aside, the Oculus Rift, the PSVR, even though they're probably not going to bang, even though they're probably not going to be super awesome. Like the Kinect was what it was supposed to be, but the Kinect was garbage, so it didn't count. But if these are good, if these are decent, they're going to be the stepping stones that we need to actually get a decent VR. I don't expect VR to be hot shit for another 5 or 10 years, though, still. Maybe then they'll have it, but 4 or 5 years ago, I would have told you the same thing. When the Kinect came out and was garbage, I'm like, well, maybe they'll have this shit together in I mean, you know, 4 or 5, 6 years, whatever down the line, 7 years, 10 years, whatever. And then here we are, and it's still not that great, but they're working on it, especially now that Sony's involved in doing what they can with that. It'll be cool. It'll be cool to see where they go with it, but I don't think it's ready at all for the public just yet. But PSVR, we don't know a whole lot about it, so who's to say? Who's to say on that one? Maybe it'll come out. VR stands for virtual reality, by the way. It's you put this giant headset on, and you're in the world, and you turn your head, and your character turns their head, and you look around, and you play games like that. And I don't know a whole lot about it just yet, other than what I've kind of explained here to you. But yeah. That is, I have never got to try any demos of it, but my opinion might change because, like I said, I'm going to PAX South. And if they have any kind of Oculus or PSVR demo at PAX South, I will get to check it out. A little virtual reality going on, and then we'll find out there. What is your favorite movie? I mean, Pulp Fiction is the only one that comes to mind. I don't know if I have a favorite. I'm not a big, like, I'll go see movies in the theater, and then after that, I'm not a big, like, DVD, Blu-ray rewatcher, you know what I mean? I almost never just pop in a movie and just rewatch it. Like, I like movie theaters, and I like movie theater popcorn, and I like watching the movie in the movie theater, but then after that, I don't go back and rewatch movies. I'm not a big movie guy, I guess. Favorite DBZ abridged character, Krillin. Next playthrough for the Let's Play channel, I actually have to do a little bit of soul searching for that one, because I don't have anything in mind specifically, because it was supposed to be Sunshine. It was really supposed to be Sunshine. Was supposed to be the next playthrough on the LP channel. And since Sunshine can't be uploaded because Nintendo's a bunch of Nazi dickheads, I'm going to have to... We're going to do some digging, but we're going to find... There's going to be another game. Hopefully by the time I get back from PAX, we'll know for sure a new game on the LP channel. Do you have a favorite genre of game, or what is it? That's from Alpha Dragon. I've been doing a shitty job of reading out names from Twitch chat, but do you have a favorite genre of game, and what is it? All through high school, it would have been first-person shooters because it was just COD. And, like, I played a couple other first-person shooters, but COD was the go-to. I don't think I have a favorite genre because I'm all over the place. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just... It's not like I need variety necessarily, but the variety is killer. Like, it's crucial. I mean, you know, I have... WWE. I mean, I have the sports games. I have WWE. I have Madden. I have, and even though I don't even pay that much attention to real basketball, I have NBA 2K, and I love the crap out of those games because I play the shit out of those. Then on the other hand, Fallout. Like look at my top 4 games of all time. Right, hit you with my top 4 games of all time, in no particular order: Fallout New Vegas, Pokemon Crystal, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle with Chow Garden included. And then at the number 1 spot, Banjo-Kazooie, which is a collectathon on the N64, right? That's my top 4 games of all time. I don't really have a genre. I don't have anything that I fall into specifically, right? I mean, I guess there's no JRPGs on there or whatever, but that is, look at that. We got Pokemon, which I guess technically JRPG, never mind. We got Pokemon. We got Sonic Adventure 2 Battle, which is just story mode, hero side, dark side. Then there's all the fucking Chow Garden and all that weird shit. Fallout New Vegas, open world sandbox, do whatever you want, decide whatever you want, and then Banjo-Kazooie's and N64 collectathon. I mean, I'm all over the place with that. I don't really have a genre. But yeah, good question, but I just, variety. Variety is my thing. Panthers or Broncos? Panthers in the house. Cam Newton, hold the fuck up. Hold on. I'll be back. Give me like 2 minutes. This is your damn answer. Notorious CAM up in here. All right, I think on that note, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna call the Ask Thunder. I've been answering a bunch of questions from all over the place. Get your questions in. I will let you guys know on Twitter or on the website. Well, I mean, I'll tell you on Twitter. Let you guys know on Twitter or in another video or something in the future. I just kind of do these when I feel like it. So, you can hit me with the Where's the Ask Thunder at, and I'm probably gonna hit you with I don't know. And eventually we'll get back to it. But that's gonna wrap it up for this Ask Thunder, guys. I want to thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoy the questions and whatnot. If you want to ask me some other questions, maybe I could remember to include in the next video. Hit me with questions in the comment section down below. That's going to do it. Thank you guys for coming out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thundershot out. Peace, late, and see ya.